vision.
Sometimes, especially when it's like, what, 10 o'clock local time, at some point you do get exhausted, you do get tired. It's like, I wonder at which state is Eternal Fire right now? Are they still pumped and they're hot, or they're a bit going down?
Eternal Fire, if we're talking about going down and up, Eternal Fire have had an interesting trajectory since the start of the year. They've seen some successes, some lows as well. Woxic, in a recent interview, was talking about when they were going through those low points, what they focused on, just sort of fixing mistakes, working on smoke strategies and cores. And I think we have seen quite a strong Eternal Fire version here at BetBoom Dacha.
I'm just happy that at this point they decide, like, okay, something's not working on, we're gonna work on our grenades, maybe our calls. They started working on the problems kind of like maybe in, in the game, and not like, okay, we're changing this player, or this player's coming back, and like all of the changes all the time. So I'm happy, finally, they're working on the mistakes.
With that being said, oh no, not just yet. We can carry on chatting a bit more. So far at this tournament, they've beaten out Aurora. It was 2-1. They look quite strong. Of course, they dropped a map, but overall, it was a decent performance by them. Not a worldy performance, but a decent one, Heku.
I do wonder if when it comes to Inferno, is this the case of them having like a really strong Inferno, or Aurora is having a hard time on Inferno? At this moment, I don't yet know the vetoes. Like maybe, in some kind of way we might like start speculating of what exactly we're gonna see. But at this moment, right now, we're gonna see Eternal Fire.
Absolutely right, Heku. Let's welcome them to the stage. Everybody, give it up for Eternal Fire. Entering the stage now, Eternal Fire. Everybody, Major, Calix, Xanthres, Woxic, and Wakadia. These guys' schedule has been absolutely packed the last few days. They've been here, they've also been competing from here, elsewhere. I hope they've got the gas tank still full. Heku.
I mean, I do see like a few cheeky smiles here and there. Like maybe they're trying to be stoic, but I feel like they're pretty ready, when it comes to experience, especially when it comes to Eternal Fire. I recall like there was like a tournament, I think it was like EPL, when they were playing, I think, like 3 or 4 best of 3s basically every day. So at this point, they're kind of used to. Maybe this is basically another day in the office.
Yeah, I mean, what can be said about a schedule like they've got at the moment? Just perhaps that these guys obviously doing everything they can to up their performances. They were, what was it, top 8 at the Copenhagen Major earlier this year. They're going to be looking to progress at the second Major of the year, and so they're putting in the time and they're putting in the work. Heku, enough about Eternal Fire for now, though. Let's welcome their opponents to the stage. Everybody give it up for 9 Pandas. Five guys, but 9 Pandas. I'm not sure how the math works out, but nonetheless, I'm always happy to see them. Give it up for Shalfi, Dilladez, Result, Glowing, and I, Disbalanced. The energy in the pre-match, the same as yesterday. Perhaps that spells nicely for them, Heku.
I mean, maybe there's a little bit less energy than like yesterday, because yesterday they just came in, they were jumping right now, but we still see the smiles. We can see the smile on Result. It seems like they are planning to have some fun. We do need to keep in mind that is kind of relatively late, so again, you know, we had like one team that was just popping the best of threes over and over again, and another team that just had to sit there and wait. So what's gonna happen? We're gonna have like a team that's like maybe unstoppable, and the other one like maybe was really good at keeping all that energy, and they're just gonna unleash it right now.
I think you're right, Heku. It wasn't exactly the same level of energy as the pre-match yesterday, but we got a nice wave out of Rizal. He was looking very happy, you know, waving at the camera. We'll have to see if they have it on the server. Fun fact, everybody at home and Heku, in our top 10 at BetBoom Dacha in terms of players, 9Panda have 4 of them. So, you know, it's a small sample size, but some of their players are absolutely on fire.
Yeah, definitely on fire. I mean, I'm looking forward to like seeing like what they're gonna do today, because their team is okay. It's relatively young. There's like one player who's 30, but the rest are pretty young. And also, when it comes to
nothing wrong with being 30, by the way.
Oh, it's not for us. It's literally not for us to like talk about people who are 30 years old like, in esports. Bro, that's definitely not for us to talk about. But when it comes to playing on the stage or maybe like being the leader on the stage, also when it comes to like, new teams. Again, we can always bring up the topic of Result being like the newest member of the team and basically being in the team for only 1 week.
We have a bit of time for some final words. Heku, another fun fact, Dust 2. This is a map you want to avoid going against 9Panda. I wonder if they've got it, snuck it into the veto. They haven't lost it in 7 times playing.
7 times? Okay, you know what? When we're looking at the stats and we're saying, hey, you know, 9Pandas so far, they played one matchup and they're in the top of our rankings, we're like, okay, like that's a little pool. Like 7 maps, that's a respectable amount. That's when you already can make some conclusions.
Absolutely. All right, Heku, I think enough from us for now. Everybody, Eternal Fire versus 9Panda. It's going to be a banger. Let's head over to our casters and analysts.
Thank you very much, Paula, and thank you for being with us here late tonight. Counter-Strike never stops, Jason. There's just so much of it.
Never rests.
We never sleep. Counter-Strike never sleeps. And we're getting into this game, Eternal Fire versus 9Pandas.
Yeah, going to be a good one. And I mean, Eternal Fire, the reason why we're playing so late, they just had that series against Cloud9 earlier, which they won 2-0, pretty easy fashion as well.
Yep.
A nice little shutdown there. So, got to be coming into this feeling good, warmed up, ready to party.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, 9Pandas, they came out swinging in this competition yesterday. They beat FURIA 2-0.
Yes, they did.
Result joined his new team. He was top Friday, man. He was a haircut above the rest.
Yeah, he was looking good. He might need a haircut as well. He's looking a little shaggy over there. But yeah,
that's the style.
He's got to be enjoying a time in his new team. A nice early upset, and then you have a chance to take down Eternal Fire as well. So things looking good for 9Pandas in the early going. And another test here against a team, as I mentioned, that just had a very nice win over Cloud9. And we talked about FURIA yesterday. They looked horrible. So
yeah, they did.
This is a chance for 9Pandas. I don't want to take anything away from them at the win, but like I still feel like let's see what level they're going to bring out tonight. Let's see if in back-to-back evenings they can cause a pretty nice upset. That would start putting them into a solid position at this event.
Yeah, well, we'll get to see where we go with this one, where if 9Pandas want to take the first battle, it's to Nuke. That's their first pick. We'll see where Eternal Fire drag us, and it's going to be Anubis coming in as the second map of this series. I think Eternal Fire would be pretty happy if Inferno gets left over as that third map. They had a really good showing on it against Aurora yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, probably love it. Nuke is going to be fun. Anubis is going to be cool for Eternal Fire.
Yeah, well, 9Pandas probably had the same idea. They get rid of Inferno, and they leave Dust 2 as the deciding map.
Let's party.
It's going to be a great time. Late night Counter-Strike can get a little bit weird, and that's what we're all here for, ladies and gentlemen. BetBoom Dacha 2024 in Belgrade, Season 2. 9Pandas starting on the T side, Eternal Fire on the CT side, and they've gone for 2 sets of dual Berettas.
2 sets of dual Berettas. All right, Molotov in towards top hut. One of those dual Berettas is in mini, as we can see, and Idis Balance jumps right down into a crossfire. But Wakadia gets distracted trying to help Xantars. He gets dropped from the door play, and all of a sudden the lower bomb site is lost, and that happened fast.
Yeah, look, Glowing just overrunning the site with his teammates down lower here. 9Pandas in full control. Now, there is a unique feature of BetBoom Dacha, and it's that B bomb site is featured on the upper part of the mini-map. So if you're confused, adjust your eyes to that now. Major, good for initial kill. Resol able to trade it out. Dilladez with him in the post plant, and so far so good. Walksick will try and step up for his squad, and try as he might. He's got them right back into this. It's Dilladez at the control room window. Major goes down. It's all on Walksick. Walksick has to win it quickly because time is ticking. 5 seconds to get on that defuse, and Walksick will be pinned down at those double doors. Despite a great effort, it's not enough.
That's a big time clutch. Nice 1v2, but just the fact that I mean, the fact that 9Pandas get down there so fast, that's such a quick turn down the vents. No one from Eternal Fire was even close to reacting in time to defend that bomb site. They get a nice adjustment in the tactic, even with this opening kill going the wrong direction.
Woxic just couldn't get the final kill. Just couldn't find that next one. But I think Paula touched on it when they were coming out in their walkout. 9 Pandas have come into this event with a great energy. Perhaps this could be their honeymoon period, right?
Sure.
Bringing in a new player of Assault. They're walking on the stage full of energy. I think Shalfie was saying yesterday in the post-game interview he's very happy to have his teammate back with him. But here comes a lobby crunch, and Result will have to try and deal with this play. They're walking in with MP9s around that corner, and this could be pretty potent for Eternal Fire.
I can't believe they're backing off. They got all the way there.
They've come that far?
Yeah, decided not to turn the corner. All right, so going to bail out over towards ramp room, head to the lower bomb site.
Perhaps because they see lobby is clear, they think it's going to be an outside cross to B, so they want to stack that early, right?
Potentially, but they have no one outside. So, I mean, at the end of the day, this is kind of just a big guess. Although Major over in Secret, not hearing a whole lot.
No Akedia left inside of lobby still. Result is being patient. No push coming towards him. There's an important fight. Then it goes the way of 9 Pandas. Glowing picking up Major. Here's the steps, chasing him down, and Zantara is to fall next. And Catlic's able to reply with the MP9.
Yeah, but this round's essentially lost. They're already wrapping around heaven. At any moment, they're going to find out this upper bomb site is clear. Woxic's been spotted over towards the vent. They know where Result is. And
oh, they're going to clear him.
Okay, 3-on-3 now. An upper bomb site is lost. You have the heaven position, which is going to be tough to get past, but Eternal Fire making a go of it.
Oh, and they've picked up Galil's as well, and that makes a big difference. Calyx getting rid of Diladez. Idis Balance stepping up, though, from heaven. And with those 2 kills locked in, it's down to just Woxic once more. This time he has more time to impact the outcome of this round. He's got that first kill on Shalfie. He'll tap the defuse, try and draw Idis Balance into the peak, and he sees him, but Woxic nails the headshot. And it's a huge 1v2 from Woxic, and Eternal Fire bounce back.
That's a crazy round from Eternal Fire. Really, really well done the way they handled that the whole time. I cannot believe they just stole that round away. Spectacular 1v2, but putting this round together entirely from start to finish by them was just good decisions.
Yeah, great work coming in from the whole squad. Yeah, great decisions across the board. We are maybe scratching our heads slightly as to the call to leave lobby after you got that deep into it, but it all made sense when they were worried about a lower push. And they lost the fight against Glowing in Secret, and they hunt it down. They hunt that kill back and able to get some upgrades off the ground. So 9 Pandas down to a Deagle and Glock, so you don't expect much out of this. But during our break that we had, Jason, it was quite an extended one, around 6 hours time. We got to get
a little bit extended,
dramatic news of Paravision's ban from the RMRs has been reversed. So we were excited for Kassad's bleed earlier today, but no longer can we feel that excitement.
And that's such an emotional just yo-yo that they've been on for the past 24 hours.
Yeah, it's like
be eliminated,
you qualify for the RMR,
eliminated, brought back for another qualification chance, and then it's taken away from you again. That's
yeah, but imagine the Paravision players as well. You know,
True.
they're a roller coaster. They qualify, then they're banned, then they're unbanned again.
Yeah, just the situation's entirely unfortunate, whichever way you look at it.
Yeah, a real unfortunate situation, absolutely. Well, 9 Pandas not getting too much done in this round. They're going to gather up and try and come out ramp, but there's a perfect setup designed to deal for this. It's going to be Zantara's, Woxic, and then if needed, you even got that extra MP9 Major to peek out. So nice shutdown from Eternal Fire. They're 2-1 up now at the start of Nuke.
Yeah, and no one only lose one player. Maybe no one goes down. Like they get to build some cash in the, behind them as well. First gun run, AKs are coming out for 9 Pandas attacking side, utility as well. Battling into the AWP, into 2 MP9s on Xantars and Major. Although weapons being traded, so Calyx takes the MP9, gives his boy, his star player, the rifle. Woxic outside. Gonna look for a shot over the smoke.
Yeah, they got cross in behind.
Even got one over in Secret now, too.
I didn't see anything from that smoke break, but Zantara's being at Secret is about to be that pivotal player. Shalfie goes down first, and Zantara's with a good decision not to stick around and perhaps get traded out. But Dink onto Major. He is fortunate to have only lost a few pieces of health there, so he's going to drop down into the ramp. Yeah, he's made it to safety, though.
Yeah, for the moment. I don't think he realizes they're in Big Garage, though. he could make the assumption now that he's given up so much control, but if he tries to peek back, he's getting pinched.
Yeah, he's being pinched from two sides. Blinded by flash actually thrown out from Garrett's side, so great team play. You'll have that information at least of the whereabouts of where that flash came in, so he can call that over to the remaining players here of his team.
Problem is, I don't know where 9 Pandas go from here. You'd think they have kind of the outside control towards heaven, they could wrap up above and wrap the A bomb site, but there's 2 players upper, 2 players lower at the moment, or 2 players lobby, I should say.
Still a tough round here for 9 Pandas considering the time as well. So only 35 seconds to make something happen here. And they're going to try and finish on the lower bomb site. We've already got a rotation here. Zantares is close by, Major with him. This could be difficult for 9 Pandas to get past the initial defense.
Depends on where they put this smoke Molotov, right? Molly,
I mean,
not yet deployed.
Major's in such a good spot, and Zantares is going to pull distraction. So now they're going to run over the top. They're going to be focused on Zantares. They clear out Dark, but the bomb will drop right to the feet of Major. iDisbalance not in a position to win this round. Result doing his best, and they actually have turned these kills back, but time is not their friend. In fact, it is their grave enemy as they run out of it just at the wrong point, and that is going to allow a 3rd round for Eternal Fire.
Yeah, nicely done once again from Eternal Fire. Just Major ruining everything. Once he gets that kill, the only player who can pick up the bomb and actually progress towards the bomb site is the AWP, and that's the most awkward fighting situation for it. So once again, Eternal Fire make a good read and rotate down very, very nicely.
Yeah, they do a good job, and Major had the right timing to peek out and take that fight. Fortunately, with the bomb carrier as well as that rolls to his feet. As soon as that happens, the round's pretty much done. With such limited time left, Wakadia just needed to stay alive. What'd you get up to in your break, Jason? I kind of know what you did, but...
You do know what I did. I played a lot of Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
I played probably...
And you actually watched some of the Eternal Fire game, too.
I did. I was keeping track of it, so I knew when we were going to be needed, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
When to get back into work
mode.
Well,
I would like to say that I did the same, but I spent 3 hours trying to beat the second boss in Wukong, so...
Yeah, that was an embarrassing display.
But I did. I beat it.
You did beat it.
So
it did take you all 6 hours.
Don't let your dreams be dreams. I've beat 2 other bosses in 25 minutes, though, so...
Yeah, you did escalate things pretty quickly, I won't lie.
Yep.
Once you got the hang of the first one.
Yep. It just took a minute for my brain to be rewired. And Major, about to be rewired himself. Result pushing forward with the Tech 9, but he's not going to commit down there. And elsewhere, Walksick has picked up the first kill. They're already at the lower bomb site.
Okay, they just realized that now, I feel like. Oh, there's Major popping up. 1 more kill. Low HP, all 3. Good job from Major. And he knows Result likely not going to be anywhere close to stopping this with the AWP, so a 4th round for Eternal Fire. How quickly did that happen?
Really fast. I mean, that was crazy. I even started to lose track of them being in the lower bomb site, just like Eternal Fire. They just overrun that lower site.
Major just comes in and cleans up these 2 kills. The Zantar's damage, and the 3rd one's all him. But it happened so fast. And yeah, I think that's some frustration because it felt like an uncomfortable fight, but I think it was uncomfortable just because he didn't realize that the lower bomb site was that wide open. He didn't have the information that they were crossing and they had access to it. So when he turns, he's a little bit surprised that he's encountering the fight at that timing. 4-1.
Outside fight for Walksick. Pretty close to landing that opener, but they're already crossed red. He needs to be careful he doesn't get peeked from that side. He's got Zantares once again starting secret. This could be an impactful position yet again for Eternal Fire, but Walksick's leaving nothing on the table. Zantares has to fight for scraps. It's Walksick coming in with another one. Zantares cleaning up, and Major with him. Eternal Fire coming in locked in right now. They are fragging out.
Yeah, looking really good. And I mean, they've had some good reads and some good calls. That's twice now Zantares over, and Secret has been able to have great impact for the team. And once again, iDisbalance, you have a minute left with this AWP. I mean, you ain't winning it, but I think you don't even have the chance to save. Shut down at the end, and yeah, ever since the pistol round, Eternal Fire has been coming roaring back into this game. Looking rock solid. Looking like the favorite.
Looking like the team they should be, right? And do you think it was more of 9 Pandas playing really well yesterday or FURIA playing very badly that kind of give us these expectations for 9 Pandas?
It's always a combination of both, but I lean a lot towards FURIA having just a horrible game.
Yeah, okay. It seems like that, especially if there's like a big result today from Eternal Fire versus 9 Pandas, that'll only add more on to
Yeah.
Yeah, further evidence FURIA able to get their win earlier today.
On the struggle bus, though.
Yeah, they definitely
it was a labored win.
Well, the struggle bus arrived at the station before this game was ready. That's for sure. Smoke execute ready to go into the upper bomb site. Missed Molotov.
Oh,
that is not pretty, but Dilladet's still going to make the most of it. It's one kill towards the back of the bomb site, but the rest of Eternal Fire stepping up. Wakadia, Zantaras chiming in. And this is all being stalled out yet again for 9 Pandas. It's tough when you kind of lose the momentum of the initial attack in. Getting in on the second pump with no utility is almost impossible, and Eternal Fire shut it down.
Especially in a round like that without the real weaponry to back it up. But yeah, I don't think that missed Molotov was going to do much. You obviously still don't want it to happen, but it's not like that was going to change the trajectory of that round all too much.
Yeah, it wasn't really. Yeah, well, it's not the 9 Pandas show that we seen yesterday, that's for sure. They're trying to be aggressive, trying to throw this tempo at the Eternal Fire defense, and they're handling it very well. I mean, you were talking about yesterday, the narrative around Eternal Fire at the moment feels very negative based on some of the recent tournament placings and how they've dropped off since their great run in Copenhagen.
Yeah, it's been kind of sad to watch because, I mean, whenever you see a team like this as well, like this is a very similar to the Asian teams we've talked about, where you just see a team come out of this region and start looking good. You want it to continue. Some really exciting players on this team as well. Yeah. It's just been a bummer kind of watching them recently not able to build on some of the hype from the first half of the year. Major sees the tail end of that cross.
Yes, that's great information to realize that there's likely more than a few players going down towards this lower bomb site. So
Wakadia's already down here at Decon.
Yeah, they got 2 players down here. Major's now joining him too. So Wakadia is not exactly in a position to frag out. In fact, his teammate's now down, so he's severed off from support. So he has to think about creating his own defense. So throws that smoke out in the middle of the site. And
he's delayed the hit. This actually is not bad at all from Wakadia. And he evacuated the position where he felt like he couldn't stay. But he does have to find some more permanent safety.
Oh,
careful,
this is
careful.
tough now.
Yeah.
And he realizes he wants to get towards double doors, back into the site. But there's 3 different angles he has to worry about: control room, double doors, and decon.
Sorry, he's also probably wondering like where his teammates are.
Yeah, where is everybody? Like, guys,
like,
I've delayed so long, and you're still not here.
Yeah, it's probably a little bit frustrating.
Yeah, Woxic's just taking a step back. He's like, yeah.
He put a lot of faith in the fact they weren't going to push this as that save call came in.
Yeah, what was he doing?
I don't know. It's like he had like an itch on his elbow. He was like, whatever, I'll just hang out here.
Scratch that real quick. Scratch that itch.
All right, 9 Pandas. Second round on the board for you. Well done.
Yeah, great work. Finding their way to down secret early on with the majority of their players. Getting that clean entry on Major. Wakadia wasn't peeking up the top of the stairs, so they couldn't actually play that decon and double door setup the way they wanted.
I thought he would nade. Obviously, it would have worked out just fine. Like if Major gets that first kill, that Molotov kind of split the attack 2 and 2, and then you only have 1 player remaining up there before that Molotov expires. Things get a lot easier. But the pressure that it was able to get put on the bomb site when Major goes down made Wakadia have to really adjust how he was going to play this scenario. So a second round for 9 Pandas and trying to build upon it as well. But just an easy crossover to secret, no harassment, no Zantares in secret this time to peek up the stairs. Woxic off was neutralized and silenced. Nice and simple.
Result charging out through Squeaky right into Wakadia. And I mean, if you're Eternal Fire and you can see the last round, but you bounce back straight away, you don't have to worry too much about the result from the previous round. Zantares gets the second kill here for Eternal Fire, and that bomb is in the vent. Eye Disbalance gone. Dilladez in glowing at 2 versus 4. It's not completely unrecoverable because Dilladez gets a free kill on that upper bomb site, and glowing's already pushed around the back of the garage. So he might be able to get a kill here on Woxic, and that could open things up completely, but he's not able to connect the headshot. Woxic able to get back to safety, and a nice shot on the fadeaway. He's able to get glowing, lock him out of it, and put Dilladez in a 1v3.
It's pretty fortunate to be alive, though, Woxic.
Definitely fortunate, yeah.
He was not very cautious of his move outside. Smoke clears, good shot from Dilladez. Again, just 23 HP, trying to bait some sound cues to get a peek at his Zantares over in vents.
Well, he knows he's there because that's where Zantares started the round, but dealing with Zantares is never easy.
Yeah.
And that's a 3K for the Turkish Terminator.
And right out of a victory, Eternal Fire snaps once again to a very dominant round win. On Pandas, their map pick, having a tough time putting T rounds on the board. This is a half in which they won the pistol and yet sit with only 2 round wins so far.
And it's a case of Eternal Fire conceding 1 round, but answering back in a strong fashion in the follow-up. And we are just seeing them continue to build this first half of play. And the CT side is looking like a wall.
The only gun round that's worked has been that cross to secret. And that was one of the few times they didn't get a whole lot of resistance outside. So I wonder if either of these teams, like if Eternal Fire thinks they're going to do it, if they put someone in secret right out of the gate, if 9 Pandas is like, let's just go back to it, it worked.
Well, Woxic looking to stop that possibility. He sees 3 smokes being tossed out there. There's main smokes rather than just the red cross. So he's getting info that they're not crossing red to secret.
Now it's ramp room that's going to be under attack. Major with the ult.
Oh, he sees 2 coming through, and that's going to offset his crosshair, not put in the position he would have liked. And now he's under a lot of pressure. Major pulls out those Joel Berettas, still handles Result, and he's still alive. Quick rotation was Zantares. He only managed 1 before getting traded, and it's now a 3v4, still favoring Eternal Fire.
Alex is a little stuck. So is Woxic.
Yeah.
Woxic's about to go down. Not even thinking about the possibility. Thought they wouldn't have the nerve. Up heaven we go. And there's still a lurker in Big Garage who has just entrenched himself even deeper. And he's cut off 2 players, Rocadia and Major.
Yeah, they got to go through Glowing. And it's incredibly unlikely that Glowing goes down without a kill. He's at least surely going to get 1, and it might not even matter because Shalfie up at Heaven gets rid of Calyx, who was the only player within the site. And now Glowing with a powerful position he finds himself in is surely going to pick up at least 1 hero. Major able to take out Shalfie, but he's just going to run straight into the open. And there's that 1 kill from Glowing, traded by Wakadia, now falls to a 1v1. And Diladez, he's confident. He's taking the fight, but he has lost half of his health in that engagement. Wakadia is feeling like this is a doable clutch now. He knows exactly where he is. There's no mind games to it. It's all about just getting into the site now and getting this kill. And Wakadia runs him down and has the better health, so Diladez is blasted away. And just enough time for that defuse, so Wakadia gets right onto it and just about diffuses it with a final tick.
Yeah, Major's getting the boys hyped up. It's getting late over there in Belgrade, so he's trying to keep some energy flowing within the team, and a nice clutch is going to help facilitate that. It's a very long 1v1 stuck inside the bomb site for Diladez. That's a really hard
It is literally as long as it could have been with him still losing the round.
Gotta say, a fantastic retake, though, considering the location of 9 Pandas players. The fact they're able to trade out the garage player is massive.
Yeah, that's true.
Major getting that pick was huge. That's a peak that 100% did not need to occur.
Really did not need to happen.
It did not need to happen.
Well, it did. And 9 Pandas will start kicking themselves about these little mistakes that are adding up. Those rounds aren't adding up, though. It's only 2. 2 rounds in this T side. Is it going to get any better for them in the last 2 rounds of play here? Woxic, okay! It's a good thing that flash was effective, and Woxic goes for a repeat. Gets punished this second time.
Oh, how is Result just pathed this so perfectly?
I mean, Major still is prime for it, but yeah, it gets
done.
better for him. What? No.
Look, that's not an easy shot to hit. I'm gonna give that one over to Result. The movement is all weird from Major.
Dude, it's like he gets the most perfect timing the whole way,
oh,
and then he
no.
just gets it all messed up at the end. Oh, that's a tilter.
All right, 50-second save. Everyone go get some popcorn. Who's your favorite superhero?
My favorite superhero? Currently, my favorite superhero is Deadpool, man, because he's the only one with movies that are bearable to watch.
Okay, you didn't need to add that extra little bit. That seemed overly aggressive about the superhero genre.
What about you?
Gambit, but it was like that before the movie came out.
Oh, yeah, okay. How is he your favorite?
I had his comics, man.
And you were influenced from a young age. You were groomed by Gambit.
I was. He's fantastic. Part of the Thieves Guild. It's lovely.
Awesome.
A whole great backstory. Really appreciated the performance in the movie as well. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, he was lovely.
He's now famous for having 2 terrible accent movies.
Whatever, give him a franchise. I'm here for it.
Just balance. It's all about saving the AWP now, and okay. That's the best highlight we've seen from his ult, but it's still not going to work out.
Yeah, unfortunately, he needed to maybe go a little bit aggressive, maybe 10 seconds earlier so he could go down before the time, because that one hurts. Not only do you lose the AWP, you lose the bonus money as well, so he's not going to have any fun in this next round.
Insult to injury.
9 Pandas ain't having a whole lot of fun right now either.
No, they're not. It's not the same 9 Pandas performance that we've seen yesterday. It's late in the day.
Aren't Pandas really bad at reproducing?
Yeah, so, you know, if you really want, Jason, I'm sure we could get you a job where you dress up as a panda and you kind of...
They do have to do that stuff, don't they?
Help them do that.
You have to be the panda fluffer.
Yeah, the fluffer, that's a good term. You could do that, I reckon. You'd be really good at that.
Probably. I could learn.
You'd learn how to do it, yeah. They also have... Don't they have diseases?
Oh, they saw that. No.
Okay, Major.
What's happening?
It's wild. Finally, they're like, yeah, that in fact was someone, actually.
I am 100% certain that first guy saw Major. And they all kept running.
It's like they didn't, they seen him and they just didn't quite realize it. And they turned back eventually to get a trade kill, but 3v3, 9 Pandas desperately trying to get this last round of the half. Glowing in behind that smoke that fades to white. Zantares is not missing. Follow-up kill is from Shelfie, and now a 2v2 established with 50 seconds still remaining on that clock.
Yeah, but the fact that they went down to hunt him means Calyx is able to rotate down here in time. Oh, one goes in vents. Dilladez looking for that play. Oh, he just stands up over it. This is the bomb, though, coming up first.
Oh, my God. They come up with the vent right into Wakadia. The bomb does fall to Dilladez, at least, so he can molly it off, go plant B. He knows now he's got to fight against Wakadia. And it feels like Dilladez is favored to win this 1v1. We've seen this earlier on the upper bomb site, this exact 1v1 fight. It went the way of Wakadia. But it happened because Wakadia had higher health. He doesn't have that advantage anymore.
It's all timing at this point.
Yeah, it's a good play from Dilladez. He's gone aggressive. Wakadia's not ready for that. And he'll secure the 3rd round at the end of the half here for the 9 Pandas.
Yeah, really well done. I mean, also, you throw that Molotov in vent, there's really only, like, I don't think anyone's... The likelihood of him running to ramp room to rotate around, right? Because of the sound cues, you would hear him the whole way, so it's going to be coming vent, and if it's not vent, he's going to be going to secret, which in that case, it's still coming from the same general direction. So relatively easy 1v1 at the end of the day, especially with the HP. But, I mean, look, that's a real dominant half from Eternal Fire. 9-3, pistol round, it all comes down to this, baby. It all comes down to the pistol.
Yeah, earlier today, one of my pet peeves of the game we watched earlier is no one could win the pistol round and then convert them.
Yeah, both teams really struggled with it.
And I was getting annoyed at that. So I'm hoping these teams have a little something extra.
And you've never lost an anti-eco round?
Never.
No.
They're just the easiest rounds to win.
Yeah, they really are. Final
having their halftime talk.
Speech, maybe even. It sounds motivational.
Yeah, it's motivational, especially with the music.
It sounds really intense. It's getting me hyped up.
Yeah, and I believe in the comeback now after that, you know?
Do you?
How could you not with that kind of music and that kind of inspiring speech? That gets your blood boiling. That gets your heart pumping. Let's get into this. Eternal Fire on the T side. 9 Pandas. CT side begins now. Comeback begins right now. And they're going to have to do it with 2 players on Julies, Glowing and Result.
A slow pistol round. So all that build-up fades away. We're going to come right through this smoke, drop down. Oh, out in the open. Shelfie gets caught. Good kill from Result with the dualies. And he's still peeking. He's still looking to fight a little bit more. He's feeling bold.
Certainly feeling bold. You've got to be confident in these kind of scenarios. Eternal Fire still fighting towards CT. They're worried about Result inside of main, as they should be. These Julies making it uncomfortable. Now they're being swarmed. Glowing and Result making the most out of those Jewel Berettas. Result eventually getting taken down, but it's all about Walk6's power position. If they're to win this round, he has to be the playmaker.
Got to find this one off to his left. He's got to find this frag for sure.
Timing.
Oh, jumps out. You're never going to check it. At this point, you think there's no chance anyone's there.
Yeah, but he doesn't look
he slipped past it
either.
He could get the kill in Garage. You're right.
Okay, there's the kill at Garage. Walk6 has picked up Glowing. And now the kill comes in from Midas Balance. So the trade was always going to be there, and Dilladez to close it out. So Nine Pandas hyped after winning that pistol. They're trying to bring energy late into the night.
He's like, that's what my speech was about, boys. We got the pistol. That's the first step. That was the first thing we needed.
Yep, and maybe that was all that was needed. You know, maybe there really is a comeback. Maybe that's all his speech was for, though, Jason.
Exactly.
If it was all about the pistol, you know,
Right.
maybe you need a chapter 2 of the speech.
Yeah, or you take a time. Yeah, give him another chance to build upon it.
Speeches can work, man, if they're given by the right person. You know, we get Scrawny giving speeches in our matchmaking games.
Scrawny gives a mean matchmaking speech.
It's been a while since I've had one from him, actually.
Yeah, no, I get him all the time. It's like a daily treat for me.
Yeah. I will need to message him later. Just get him to do one for me.
Just hit him up on WhatsApp and be like, look, dude, really quick, I know you're not playing this game, but like, can you just drop me a speech that I can play in the future?
Yeah, true. I actually think Connor should start selling matchmaking speeches on Cameo.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, you could sell those, and then people could play them to their team. They could put it on a soundboard. Just a super generic matchmaking comeback speech. Well, Shalfie getting dinked. He's lost most of his health here. I mean, as much as I was joking about not being able to convert pistol round wins, this one doesn't look like it's going to get out of hand for Nine Pandas.
This one should be fun.
Because there's nothing worth talking about, really, for Eternal Fire. Best case scenario is they somehow overwhelm the side to get a bomb plant, but that looks impossible now as Resalt is comfortable from CT Vent.
Also, notice how they were playing, too. Like, it was pretty much a retake onto the upper bomb site. Resalt was the only one actually in the bomb site behind that vent, so relatively safe position. Next player was in mini. Next player was going to be in heaven. So they're not actually playing in positions where Tech 9s or P250s can get caught by a random flashbang, swarmed, recovered, and then used against him. And it doesn't even get to that point either. Well, the first couple steps are taken. Pistol round victory, second round being clean. They win this one, and the gap is closed already, cut in half.
Well, Xantares is about to have Glowing running right into him.
He loves that.
Yeah, he absolutely loves that. Conveyor belt straight to Xantares' crosshair. He'll take that next day delivery. Xantares is wondering where the source of that headshot was, and that's a ramp room, so there might be more where that came from. Idis balance, it can be a position you can multi-kill from, but it's down to how he deals with Xantares, and he won't.
Problem is he selects that position when he has smoke, flash, and nade. So
yeah, it's fine if you've already gone through your utility belt.
Yeah,
right?
there was actually, he just got wasted and didn't get to use the utility. Moving in, Result again is going to have impact. A nice double kill to take control of control side. And Calyx left alone as Major's got to bring up the rear. He was watching the flank, and now he's got to find a way to get involved in the action. So Calyx hunkers down and waits for Major to arrive.
Yeah, he's worried about Resalt as well, who was last detected up towards control room. Resalt's no longer alone, though. He's got his teammate with him, but Calyx sees that second player. Resalt blasted away. And in fact, Calyx wants to get out of there. He wants to get out of ramp. He wants to go back up towards B because Major's got that headshot in towards the vent. It's Shalfie that goes down, and that A site is wide open. Diladez into a clutch, a 1v2 retake, it will have to be.
Major's got to be careful that he doesn't forget this timing. Looking towards vent. Now Diladez coming in towards mini. There's the smoke. It goes a little bit deep. He's in front. Oh, first one's there. Smoke plumes to make that second fight hard. And Eternal Fire back on the board.
That's a great recovery to the round. When Resalt gets that double kill, it throws a real problem into the question here. For Eternal Fire, how do they figure it out? Both remaining players are completely separated. Calyx stays composed, gets that first kill on Resalt, doesn't get traded, so he sees that opportunity to get away. He sees that opportunity to go back to the A site with Major, who had made the perfect play through Heaven. They stay composed to be able to unravel the round for Nine Pandas. So timeout taken here, likely for the Nine Pandas. The headsets are off, so might be a little tech issue, actually.
Maybe his ears are just hurting a little bit.
That does happen.
Gives him a little bit of a scratch. Yeah, you got the in-ears and the over-ears on.
All pressing in to your little ear holes.
It's surprising how much those things can hurt.
Yeah, especially just on the bottom side.
Yeah. Okay, we've got like atmospheric space music now.
I do like that we have a variation of music here at BetBoom. We've got a lot of
pensive sci-fi.
Yeah.
It's like if Interstellar had a deadly alien in it somewhere. If that little like ghost reaching through the ship during light speed travel, Remember he touches that little jelly hand?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
If
yeah.
that was like an actual creature that just like pulled him out of the ship, that's the music that would be playing.
Yeah, I think you're looking more for like an alien movie, though.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Interstellar with aliens.
Yeah. Wouldn't that just be Alien? Or Prometheus?
Don't do that. Don't you dare ever compare it.
I didn't enjoy Prometheus.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest. Smack!
Yeah.
Wake
I'll
up.
wake you up here at... It's actually midnight in Belgrade.
I don't think it is. I think they're on the same time zone right now.
On the same time zone?
I think so. But I don't know how European summertime works and doesn't work.
I don't think they are.
But I Googled what time is it in Belgrade before this match went live, and it was the same time that we were.
Yeah, you're right. Usually it's not like that, all right? God damn it. Obviously, we're here in Belgrade, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we already knew that, really. Okay, Eternal Fire. Looking good. 3 rounds away from a map win. And you'd break the economy with a victory here. 3 M4s in a 5-7 and a Deagle.
It's 11 p.m. in Belgrade, Jason. You can believe that.
And you know what that means.
It's only 1 hour away from midnight.
Only 1 hour from midnight.
I'll let you guys know when it's midnight in Belgrade. Zantares coming out, clearing out towards his boxes.
Okay, so they just went for a 5-man stack at the upper bomb site.
And they're going down to B.
Yep.
So they made the perfect call here, Eternal Fire. Just to let you guys know again, this is 9 Pandas' map pick.
Yeah, that is a good point. Next up is Anubis.
Yes, indeed.
Eternal Fire's map pick.
Dust 2 is the third. Nor as an Irish person from a certain county would call it, Dust 2 is deterred. I actually went to see Shrek the Third when I was a kid.
Obscure Irish humor.
When I went to the cinema to see a Shrek the Third in Killarney when I was a kid.
Okay.
They got pretty strong accents down there, and I rode a horse to the cinema.
Oh, that's cool.
And I pull up, and there's a guy. It was really busy opening night. I think Harry Potter was on, and
Sure.
Shrek the Third was on.
Which Harry Potter?
I think it was Goblet of Fire, or maybe it was Order of the Phoenix. But the cinema guy, is walking around, and there was a lot of queues and a lot of confusion. So he's like, "Anybody for Shrek the Turd over here? Shrek the Turd."
Shrek the Turd.
Yeah. So that was great.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I've never forgotten that. Shrek was in fact not a turd.
No.
He was an ogre.
He was an
who
ogre.
lived in turd. Anybody that is wondering what turd is, that does mean feces.
Thanks, Nico. Jesus. Okay. Well, hey, Counter-Strike's back. 11-5. We're still saving behind this like little half investment of the pistols. They're pleased with that investment. Gonna go back to it, and it's rinse and repeat. Another 5-man stack at the upper bomb site. And Eternal Fire equally seem to be doing the same exact thing.
We watching a replay?
Speaking of which, these last 2 rounds have been turds.
Yeah, they really have. Straight up turd rounds.
This can't happen twice in a row.
Dude, it's like we're watching a replay.
Is this a replay? Tell me it's a replay. That would make me... No, because Zantares was leading the last time. Oh, my...
It's like, God damn it, we fell for it again. It's Groundhog Day.
I don't know if I've ever seen this. Like a back-to-back same round
In all your
played
years
of
of
this
Counter-Strike, you've never
fashion, of
seen
just
it.
like a 5-man stack. Yeah, it's crazy.
Well then. Same result. And it's now 12 rounds, so
Yeah, and
very
also-
quickly for Eternal Fire.
And also, it's like, man, the point of this buy is to have some danger to it, like find a way to fight for something. But they're just getting mauled.
Glowing.
Glowing.
That's what women say to their pregnant friends. Nice. Good work. It's 12 rounds picked up. Last round of this first map. I'm going to call it, Jason. It's not going to be a 5-man stack on B and a 5-man stack on A.
There you go.
It can't be.
Way to make the bold prediction.
But if it is, you have permission to leave, Jason.
Yeah, I might, actually. If that happens 3 rounds in a row, I'm out. I'm done. But Eternal Fire now just 1 round away from the opening map win, stealing 9 Pandas map away from them. Full buy. And this time 9 Pandas a little bit more of a standard defense. 2-1-2.
Will it make a difference, though? We're about to find out. Here comes Wikidia and Rat. Well, he's just kind of jiggling. He's just jiggling, having a little look in towards ramp room. The closest player to him is Glowing. That's it's just a little tease, isn't it, here in ramp? Finally, Glowing is going to let us have a go and swings into Wikidia. It goes down 3 kills here, though, from 9 Pandas. Shelfie doing well. I just balanced lining up Calyx, and that's not going to end right now unless Major has something ridiculous or 9 Pandas just give him kills. 1v2 is now not entirely unwinnable. Pretty unlikely. Shelfie's flanking.
Yep, that's the hard part, and Major's taking his time.
He's also taking damage. So he's down to 26 health. He has got to move on probably just at the right time, so he'll be able to get away from Shelfie's flank.
Yeah, but I don't think in a 1v2... does he go Heaven?
If he goes Heaven, it feels like a good play.
That's the only way he could possibly win, and I think even then it would be real tough, but you can't clear out
He's
Results.
faking B. He's going to fake it, but you already have 1 player down there. Results just going, yeah, he's not here. He's not planting.
Oh, Shelfie's like, I'm not falling for that. I'm not falling for that crap whatsoever. He's ready to go. Plant will put in the back of the bomb site, but Shelfie's going to bum rush it and make sure it can't actually go down. He's got all the noise cues.
Oh, he's actually going to let him plant. So at least that's something. But yeah, it's going to end up being an easy round in the end for Shelfie. Kills him just as he comes off that bomb plant. Major tries to win the 1v4, gets halfway there and stopped at the ground. So the game's not over yet.
No, and I mean, did good economic damage as well. Still going to be not the greatest buy in the world for 9 Pandas. They'll have to drop 1 or 2 rifles over. Going to be missing some nades. Plenty of chances still for Eternal Fire. Nice piece of aggression, though, from 9 Pandas. Challenging everywhere on the map. Blown open to smoke outside. Double push and ramp and radio room. Nets you a 2 for 2. Keeping pressure and keeping track of Eternal Fire throughout the whole round.
No, they steam in good spirit. Still Eternal Fire. AK's out for everybody on EF. Oh, Shelfie. Disruptive play being set up. Xantares gets absolutely clothesline, hung out to dry. That's a grid opener. And that puts Eternal Fire in a deficit in quite a difficult situation here. They're going to cross to the outside smokes and try and get a few players down secret.
If they can get this kill in secret quick, they might be able to bum rush towards that lower site. 9 Pandas is really starting to put together this map. They've pushed towards lobby and radio with the cover of an AWP. Only Major waiting very passively, very patiently outside of lobby. It'd be surprising if he got anything done, but when this smoke clears, they need this kill immediately.
Oh, he's close. He's so close, but not close enough. Shelfie could have taken down an extra player from Eternal Fire, but that's Idis Balance's job. He takes Major out. He extends this advantage for 9 Pandas. Shelfie, unfortunately, unable to get a single kill from his efforts. Glowing will try his best to step up in his stead, and he'll do damage to that player trying to cross to the plant. Walksick just swinging into the open. Second kill for Glowing, and suddenly Wikidia left in an unwinnable situation. Glowing with a great hold on the B bomb site, and 9 Pandas fighting their way back in.
Yeah, coming alive here a little bit. 2 rounds in a row now for 9 Pandas as they inch this closer. Denying the bomb plant as well. Calyx never felt safe to put it down. Back-to-back rounds of a ramp push. That's information for Major with what he wants to call. Question now is what money do they have to go deep into their playbook?
Well, still got money for a buy here for Eternal Fire. Mac 10 out, Galil, and 3 AK-47s. Xantares can't go down first again, right? Well, he could.
He spotted the AWP.
Yeah, throws utility down, makes it a little uncomfortable, that AWP. A nice balance has got help though. Shelfie's rotated down towards Hell, so he can peek in towards Ramp Room with him. And ooh.
Oh, a double smoke towards door. That's going to get called out. I have to imagine Eternal Fire pauses and slows everything down a little bit and just say, let's wait for these smokes to clear. Shelfie's going to come through.
Okay.
Molotov gives it away. How unlucky for Xantars. And now this round gets thrown into chaos.
Yeah, I think it was Shelfie taking Xantars down in back-to-back rounds like that. Just outside and then over towards Ramp. So, unfortunate times for Xantars. Has to rely on the rest of his teammates to step up. Major will certainly try to. Diladez going down first, glowing, making something happen of it. It's another kill on the defense, and Result plays in front of that double stack, and because of that, it's an element of surprise thrown into the equation, and he doesn't stop. He keeps moving forward, and so do 9 Pandas.
All right, fighting back into this. Last 3 rounds have been very clean from them. No concerns whatsoever.
Still in this game, absolutely still in this game. A couple of rounds, obviously, they're thrown away by just being on low buy and trying to get away with an A stack. But as soon as those guns have come back out, it really has been 9 Pandas on top.
And remember, they have to play mistake-free Counter-Strike, too. This started at, what, like 12-5?
And they're not playing risk-free Counter-Strike, though. You know, they're going for a lot of aggressive maneuvers on the CT side at the moment that could backfire, but right now they're all working.
Well, the nice thing is you can kind of scale them back if you feel that way, right? Like you've kind of set it up and primed it through a lot of this 3-round streak that you're going to be pushing up. You're going to be in your face, challenging smokes, not letting them get anything for free. You can actually pump the brakes and scale it back. So that Eternal Fire expect you to be aggressive and you just let them burn time or waste utility. Or just really be paranoid about every corner they turn. 12-8. Tech 9s and upgraded pistols for Eternal Fire.
I mean, this would be the most BS way to finish it when you just wait on Tech 9s and
with
a rush on the ramp play. Glowing, trying to stop it. He'll decide, oh, it's too much actually for me to handle. I'm going to drop down and try and run away. He'll break those windows, but they aren't looking that way. He is going to get away with 1. Will he get anything else? Glowing absolutely will get a double. And Result makes that quick rotation into decon. So
helps so much that Result got there at the perfect time to be a distraction.
Yep.
That's actually a lovely little piece of work. Falling back safe to a position where your teammate can support you and take some of the pressure, alleviate it. Really well done from Glowing. He's had a great CT side, as you mentioned. Once the guns came back out, he's had a number of good rounds so far. But a buy coming back in for Eternal Fire even without the bomb plant. So buckle in, another challenge for 9 Pandas. But they're within 3.
Yeah, which is really impressive considering the start of this game for them. It looked like it was just going to be a flat finish. A victory for Eternal Fire. We'll pack this up. We'll move into Anubis. And we know how Eternal Fire were an early adopter of Anubis. Now, Anubis has been in the map pool for a good while, but I remember back to when it first came out, Eternal Fire were one of the pioneers of utility on Anubis, coming up with great ideas, cool B executes. They've had it in the pool ever since then. Well, they've decided to pick it coming to this series. And they'd love to go there sooner rather than later. You don't want to allow 9 Pandas to bring this one back to OT.
Yeah, it already feels like it's dragged on a little bit longer than it was going to. You okay over there?
Kinda.
Yep.
I'm choking just like Eternal Fire.
Ooh. Okadia goes for a little nose scratch while blind. Reboost into the rafters. Here comes utility.
Diladez, off the rafters, tries his best and works out reverse solid. It's 3 kills in the initial hold. And Tara's on the double kill, but not really enough to put them in a competitive position. But Woxic will try his best, but they just swing from heaven, and the trading is so good right now from 9 Pandas. They've got that good energy about them. They know they're completely back in this. 2 rounds separate them.
That one was close, though. You can see Result shaking his head. That was a lot of chaos for those defenders in the upper bomb side. Both players mollied out of positions. Dylan is caught completely by a flashbang, even gets a frag while blind. Result under so much pressure, and they barely make it worse. They barely recover in time to shut down this hit. Yeah, that's the face of, I was so blind.
I was so scared.
Oh my god, it's 1 round left. 1 round separating them.
How this happened so quickly, I will never know. Well, Xantars, nice little bit of surfing.
Yeah, he's jousting.
Just charges into battle with his big old joust. But that can't save him now. 1 round away from overtime here at 11:08 p.m.
All right. Let's see what we got. Eternal Fire, what round do you call? 1 remaining chance to close out this map. You had a 7-round lead, 12-5 at one point, and 9 Pandas have brought this all the way back. You have all the nades you could want. You have 5 AK-47s. Best play in your playbook.
Well, they haven't had a lot of plays to run here over the last few rounds. Hopefully they've got the right answer here. Smokes go outside. Major at the front of the cross. He'll be making his way down into secret. And I just balance waiting for him. Flash ineffective onto the AWPer. And no commitment forward.
It's got Major the kind of control he wants, though, right? It's told him how deep they are over in secret. So he knows that that's going to be something that 9 Pandas has to worry about. They're going to have to dedicate at least 1 player downstairs. It's the AWPer, as we can tell. I don't think Shelfie has any idea someone's jumping up at Aircon, and all of a sudden, Eternal Fire have found something that works.
Yes, it will not be the eternal struggle for Eternal Fire here. It is looking like they're about to figure it out just right at the end. Glowing, who has had a fantastic CT side, won't be able to unravel the round here at all. Die Disbalance goes down after 1 kill, and it forces Diladez into a 1v4 fight. And Eternal Fire leave it to the last moment before they pop off on the T side. It's Calyx with a triple, brings himself up from 10 to 13 to close out this map. Eternal Fire on top of Nuke. That's their opponent's map pick being picked up already. It's a late night here for Eternal Fire. It's become a bit of a marathon. But they are coming to the final moments now. They are starting to see the finish line. That's
a good point. With the day they've had, the games they've played before this as well. Like, yeah, you start making a few more mistakes, start getting a little bit exhausted, mentally lose a little bit of focus, and those 7-round streaks where you just lose after lose after lose, those can creep up. But good on them for just bouncing back when it mattered most. That final chance to prevent overtime and take the map win. And it's it's 1-0 in the series for Eternal Fire over 9 Pandas. That's a very nice T side, a struggled CT side, but eventually closed out.
Yeah, eventually closed out. That's the result they wanted. And it's good for 9 Pandas that they were able to find some form towards the end, right? The fact that they could have just been blown out of the water completely. At least they go into map 2 knowing that they were 1 round away from overtime.
Yeah, and you started to see some guys pop off. I mean, Glowing had that stretch of very nice rounds as well. Result with some good performances there. Diladez had his moments. So, I mean, you saw some of the individual prowess of the guys over on 9 Pandas that we saw yesterday against FURIA to get them that victory yesterday. I think that the hole was way too big.
Yeah, it definitely was. They found themselves too deep in it, and they were able to build themselves out enough. They were only 1 round away from overtime, and to be honest, it was looking like they were going to do it.
Yeah, it did feel like overtime. It felt like Eternal Fire had lost the plot. So, yeah, I'm very happy that they were able to just kind of recenter themselves in that last round and get it over with.
Yeah, well, that is what we are going to be doing with this day very shortly. It does feel like now a 2-0, pretty likely, given the fact that Eternal Fire are getting to that point. But Anubis is up next. You guys can follow Fisher on all their favorite social media platforms. You can stay up to date with all the updates. You can find out when there's extra games added on to the end of the day as well. So make sure to follow Fisher on all their social media platforms. You can find those links with an exclamation point FISS in the chat. That's RFISS in the chat. We're going to go to a break, and when we come back, it's Anubis. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is late in the night here in Belgrade, but we're ready to go with what possibly might be the last map of the day, Jason. There's still a chance for another one, but it's looking pretty likely that Eternal Fire are going to close this series out 2-0.
Yeah, it should. I mean, with the way they played and the kind of team they are, and coming in as the favorites that they are, but at the same time, as we kind of just mentioned, they've had a long day. Just played that series against Cloud9 earlier. We saw some of that, I think, leak in.
They don't want to make it longer.
Nuke. Yeah, true, but like, you know, you don't always have that decision when you're losing focus. Things are slipping away. You don't always notice that like you're just like kind of not in it, or your brain is a little bit foggy or a little bit slower than it might be. So we saw some of those problems in closing out Nuke. They lost 7 rounds in a row, 6 rounds in a row to make it 12 or 11-11, and then eventually just decided to finish up the game. But yeah, I mean, they should win this handedly. Just the tired factor is an X factor in there. It's an opportunity for 9Pandas to have some kind of a fast start, some kind of a good stretch, whatever it might be.
We're about to head into Anubis, though, and this is the map pick of Eternal Fire. They're going to have a lot of strategies to rely and fall back on, at least. You know, even if they are tired, at least these are dry runs that they've done so many times. You'd imagine they're still going to feel pretty comfortable on this map, especially on the T side.
Yeah, for sure. But remember, this map, sometimes it feels like the CT side is really kind of the hard one to get a good sense of what you're supposed to be doing at the right time, because it's almost like your responses are sometimes aggressive moves, right? Like you have to be willing to push dark, have to be willing to push out of the B bomb site, and sometimes when you're tired, late in the day, you know, multiple series in one day, that idea of like, you know, organizing the proactive play to push something on the map is the thing that kind of gets lost.
Let's see how they fared here on Anubis. One map up are Eternal Fire and 9Pandas looking to get this job done. So, locks out for everybody over on 9Pandas. Result has the only utility. He's going to clear out Fountain and applying pressure towards A. The smoke coming up towards Heaven. They're going to try and split through camera. Wakadia is going to pick up for information. There was 3 players making their way through middle. Result doing a good job. Actually taking out another player. Major was close to getting one through camera, but Woxic holding down and sinking 2 players that walk into his crosshair. It's now Result stuck back at A main, and Eternal Fire have a comfortable pistol win.
I'm using the P2K from now on. I'm switching after that.
That convinced you?
I'm switching after that.
Now, there is the slight added factor that was Woxic doing it, Jason.
True.
You're hitting the deathmatch, though.
I have been in the deathmatch.
You know, maybe throw a P2000 in there.
I always do that every time I come over to Europe. It's like a 1-week refresher course.
Just play,
and then things start to, because like, you know, in NA you can get away with peaks that you can't do in the States, or you can't do here in Europe.
Yeah.
You know, play styles, decisions are different a little bit. Everyone plays a little
Even
bit more intelligently.
Even the deathmatch servers?
They're more punishing.
In deathmatch, all right.
Yeah. But I mean, just in general, I got to get like a week of Counter-Strike before I feel like I'm back, you know, getting up to speed.
Yeah, well, we're going to have to play some more this week, that's for sure. Result, he's coming around camera. He clears out Xantares. He's going to give it his best go here, but it's not going to happen for him. Stopped by Woxic, and it's 1-0 here for Eternal Fire.
Woxic just set up a clothesline coming out of camera, and just everyone runs right into it. Nasty shots with the P2K. Good pistol from Woxic, and Eternal Fire off to a good start.
Yeah, it was great information picked out for Okadia, despite only getting the 1 kill. And Woxic, man, just so clean. Gets his own boss music.
Yeah, why did that happen? That's the first time I heard that. We should be doing that every round. Yeah.
He gets his own boss theme.
Hell yeah.
Maybe he's the next boss to get a fight in Wukong.
Yeah, just a big Woxic face coming trundling out of the
He'll learn his moves. That'd be terrifying. Oh, okay. And then the problem is with all of these teams, you know, 9Pandas, Aurora, etc.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Always so good at these second-round Deagle rounds, right? With the Mac-10s, Deagles in there, a couple of Tech-9s. They always find a way to make this scary for the opponent. And especially because Eternal Fire have 4 MP9s, right? They only have 1 M4 in play.
Yeah, these can obviously be really annoying rounds to play up against. No Molotovs at the very least to force anyone out in the open.
Oh, good flash.
Oh, yeah, he took a flash peek. He sees plenty. He can't get away, so he stands his ground, running out of bullets, trying to retreat. But that allows Woxic to slide up next. He's got just 1, but tons of damage.
Yeah, damage could be the name of the game here, but they have to close out the remaining players on 9Pandas. Wakadi is going to take a step back and play at Heaven. He's worried about getting pushed from A main. It's good to consider that because Result's not too far away from playing towards that direction. He's just waiting at rugs, but he's not spotting any CT aggression coming his way. The sort of stalled out period of time waiting for the mistake of their opponent, but with 25 seconds left, the play will be forced by 9 Pandas. They're going to go for the A split. Result coming through A main. Wakadia trying to defend out towards camera. First 2 players in, go down, and Wakadia turns back to fight A main. They know that's where the last remaining player is, and Zantares is quick to rotate to heaven. So Eternal Fire, they get rid of those pesky little pistols.
Yeah, a little bit of danger, but not enough kills. I mean, that's a kind of a pressure situation. There's a world in which that unravels, but Eternal Fire stands strong. All of 3 of them playing very good positions in the late round. Nicely done from Calyx. The information, standing your ground, 1 kill. Even after that, you do tons of damage. Let Woxic know where he should be positioned to get a couple. And then clean things up at the end of the day. 2-0 and no bomb plant means 9 Pandas back to pistols. They do invest in Deagle, so spending some cash, but not buying armor.
Smoke going out in towards B main. Flashes through on that follow-up grenade. About to land on top of Shalfie. And drains a little bit of his health away. Nine Pandas not making too much noise, not too much fuss about this round, but now detected just outside of dark.
This is the only way they can play the round, with just unarmored Deagles and no utilities. You can't actually be the aggressor. You just have to go for picks and hope somebody peeks into it and you get a nice headshot. But obviously none of that's happened in this round. In fact, no damage taken quite yet from anyone on Eternal Fire. Give us a flawless victory. Oh, it's not flawless. Woxic down to 88. Never mind. I take it all back. It's fine. Cleanup is there. 3-0. Eternal Fire looking good. Looking good on Anubis. Looking good to take this series. Still early going here. And this is the first gun round coming out. So 9 Pandas, we'll see what they've got on the T side. AK-47's being picked up. No op quite yet for either side of the table.
Yeah, and it's a great start for Eternal Fire so far on the CT side. But yeah, to have really seen 9 Pandas get their hands on these primary choice weapons, on these premium rifles, and now finally they will have those AK-47s on board, and they made a number of these rounds a little sweaty for Eternal Fire. We'll see what it's like when they've got the superior weapons. Applying pressure towards A main early is Mr. Result.
Mr. Result.
That would be quite a name, wouldn't it? If he was a teacher at school.
Like a substitute teacher?
He would definitely be that substitute
Where did
teacher.
that smoke go?
They went through the gates of hell.
You were quick on the trigger with that. That actually is where it went. That's a weird, that's an odd bounce. He's not happy about that whatsoever.
To the underworld.
It has pulled the 3rd player over to the A bomb site.
God, that looks like in Elden Ring when you're going through the boss gates, you know? A lot of people will enjoy that. They
okay. a lot of Elden Ring fans out there.
There are, you know? Launders will back me up.
Launders has
I've got
you.
lots of pot friends out there.
Well, they're getting split at this A bomb site. Thankfully, they had 3 people here, and Zantares shows up just in the nick of time through mid. Result in glowing left, and Result's going to work his way around into the bomb site behind Cake, and he's got 1.
Result low on health, 6 HP. He's going to start backing away. Glowing is the next to move in.
Flank coming in, though, from A main.
Oh, he's going to molly out storage, so they can't push on that, so they can't play together, which means Major's in a position that he has to fight alone. Result's so low that MP9 immediately eradicates him, and now it's a 1v1 fight. Glowing against Zantares. Zantares now knows where his opponent is, and Glowing's hiding, trying to get away with this good angle on Zantares, and he peeks up into it. 9 Pandas with victory. And let out a celebration as well as their first gun round finds success.
Yeah, that's a beautiful win. Nice round from Result as well, finding that equalizing kill even with low red HP. And then a brilliant 1v2 at the end for Glowing, who continues his play from Nuke. But 9 Pandas did get a lot of space this round, right? No one challenging him in the mid until just now. Zantares had rotated over into that position, but being able to essentially set up this execute relatively easily. And remember, Eternal Fire had some pretty spotless rounds in 2 and 3. They lost 2 players across both of them, so another buy coming in for this defense that's going to be strong. 9 Pandas have to do it again.
That's a tough part. Is dealing with the consistent purchases that Eternal Fire thrown at them.
This is early, though, to be already challenging camera, to be already applying pressure.
Yeah,
there.
they've got a lot of space at A main, too. They're going to go in straight away. Fast split. Are they ready to deal with this threat? Oh, that'll certainly help. A 1 bullet, 2 kills from Woxic. Finally gets traded and glowing. Okay, straight through that smoke at heaven. His pulled those kills immediately back. And we're now at a 2v2. This round has some pace to it.
Yeah, I think they're going to go through this as well. Maybe a boost up inside, but yeah, over the top. Dilladez, got to be careful. Xantares spots it, and he's got the kill. That's massive.
Yeah, great engineering from Xantares and Wakadia. Oh, it's going to work out so well. That's Calyx to come in. It looks so fantastic from that retake attempt. You know, major boosting Xantares up so he can just peer out towards the fountain. You wonder how they're going to get back in through that smoke. Is there any way they can make it comfortable? And certainly there was. Xantares getting boosted atop his teammate's head.
Really, really good stuff. And that could have even been a stronger round. Woxic hits one more. Calyx doesn't go down through smoke, but still nice ingenuity in making that boost work in the heat of the moment. And that's the nightmare scenario for 9Pandas. Win a round with one player surviving, a nice clutch, and then losing the follow-up. Even though you get the plant, you get the extra bonus money, you're going to buy up again. But that puts a stop to any momentum you wanted to build. Wow, wow, wow.
There's no timeout music.
Yeah? Make you sad with all the other epic music we got going on?
Yeah, we've had so much epic music. You know what would be the most epic finish to the day, Jason?
What's that?
Dust 2.
Dust 2?
Deciding map.
Is that the third map?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
You can tell with that wonderful graphic in the top right.
Oh, there is a graphic in the top right. I haven't noticed that any of the days we've worked so.
Well, it's good that we're noticing it now.
Yeah.
You know, you got plenty of days to go.
Better late than never.
It's nearly midnight in Belgrade. 24 minutes and we're there.
You've got it accurate this time. Just keep the countdown coming. Smoke plumes over in dark. Woxic with the AWP again is going to be up on Fountain, this time on the right side of the pillar. Smoke comes in, they're going to peek ahead of it, and he picks one off. Nice shot from Woxic and can remain safe. Maybe a little overkill on the defensive utility and response, but they just want to make sure they're extra safe.
9Pandas are really quick about taking map control on this T side. They're already through those mid double doors.
I think they're just doing it right now because they've gotten it so many times. This time Xantares comes in check. Remember, they used 2 Molotovs on that one shot from Woxic, so they don't have any more mollies to trade or slow anything down. I cannot believe that reaction. Calyx saves his life and discovers the position of Glowing, who split the bomb sites, but so much of his team has gone down, it won't matter.
Oh, yeah. That Wakadia play outside of A has caught Dilladez with his pants down, and it's pretty embarrassing for him. Glowing, destroyed by Xantares. It's 5-1 lead here for Eternal Fire. You know, we're talking about them perhaps finding most comfort on the T side. They are racking up rounds on this defense.
Yeah, I think, yeah, they've really kind of, they've been able to handle these 9Pandas hits. Some of them have been close and tense.
I reckon we could probably take on 9Pandas, Jason.
You think so?
Yeah.
What would the team be?
No, as in 9 real pandas.
Oh! Yeah, maybe. They seem relatively passive creatures.
Yeah, but I reckon if you really annoyed it might be able to.
Maybe, but like again, I'll reiterate, they don't like having sex, or are they really going to enjoy fighting?
I think that's what they want to have with you, Jason. Not everybody wants to have sex with you.
I didn't mean with me. I meant in general, as a general concept.
Yeah. I don't know what that does to their
extinct
fight.
Because they cannot reproduce.
Yes, yeah, they don't have testosterone to want to fight, I guess. So yeah, maybe we could definitely take on 9Pandas in that case.
I think so.
We could come up with enough solutions. I did one of my favorite stories about like someone thinking they could beat an animal is when Mike Tyson took a girl on a date one time to a closed zoo. And he wasn't happy about how the gorilla was treating the other gorillas in the enclosure, and he asked the zookeeper, could he let him in to fight him and show him a lesson?
If it was going to be anyone, it would be Tyson.
But he would still get messed up.
Yeah, I can't imagine it would happen, though. Nice flashbang, perfectly timed for the aggression coming out from Xantares and Woxic, so that's a huge advantage for 9Pandas. However, if they press the issue too fast, oh, Major almost lined up that shot. Wakadia has slipped into a really quick position here on platform. Double molly towards Temple. They don't expect this, and unfortunately, Wakadia, no matter how good he does here, it might not be enough. Bomb is all the way back in T-spawn, so he's going to have to hold his nerve.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to do much about this. He's just going to hide in the corner.
I mean, you'd never know. What about a ninja? Does he have a smoke? He doesn't have a smoke.
But does he have a hope? Yes, he does. Not enough, usually. He's not Obi-Wan Kenobi.
How do you play this?
Well, you just wait, and you wait.
Yeah, I guess you do, just like kind of sit, but...
And then they all run away.
You're going to listen for the running footsteps. Oh, one more coming from CT. If Dillida starts running now, if Wakadia gets that information... Oh...
You're like, damn, he's just not here, guys. Oh, here he goes! Now Wakadia striking into action, and sadly, it's side disbalance to ruin all the fun.
Yeah, that could have been cool. I can't even really fault him for anything. Maybe if he held his trigger on Dillidaz and just let him...
I can't believe they never checked it.
Well, I mean, remember, they killed 2 people in dark on a push. They killed a 3rd person sliding in.
But like in a post plant, no one goes plat.
Yeah, that's fair. But again, it's just because the take was so dominant. You Dinko, I've seen you do the same thing before. I've seen you do the same exact thing before. 2 entries
player.
and you're already in CT spawn chasing.
I'm not a professional.
Chasing frags.
Yeah, frags just feel too good, man. I respect the lack of distraction in Shelfie's inventory.
What's he working with?
He's got a default knife and default gloves.
Well, this dude needs...
Stop throwing it in there, man.
He needs to work on that one.
Stop throwing it in the game.
No way. He even shakes his mouse afterwards.
How have I done it again?
He's like, why is the throw so weak?
Yeah. To be fair, it is 19 minutes to midnight in Belgrade, so he's probably falling asleep slightly. And here goes Zantares turning back into dark. Oh, Zantares is delivering everything. His 3 kills locked in. I disbalance fended off. And despite 9 Pandas winning a round, they can't ever follow up.
Yeah, yet another time.
They're just never successful in being able to string rounds together, and that's never a recipe for success.
Also, I mean, I'll say too, like these tactics have been. This one was like very fast-paced. I feel like they're trying to pick it up a little bit in terms of the speed. We saw them get in towards camera very quickly a couple rounds back. This one, you're executing through these dark smokes. You know, those are hard fights to trade out in your favor. Zantares able to triple up, hot swapping to a new M4 mid-fight.
Zantares is 12-3.
That ain't bad.
He's still performing like a beast.
9 rounds in.
Well, it's going to be a long old save for I Disbalance on the other side of the map, but he at least will be able to save the AWP at the end of the day. We're looking at 7 rounds to 2 here for Eternal Fire. Zantares and his big moment here in the B-bomb site, defending 2 positions all at once and making it look way too easy. 229 damage, 3 kills.
It's not a bad round. Not a bad day in the office.
Not a bad day at all, but it is a long day in the office.
It is. But you know, you win both your series, you're going to feel like you had a great day. You know, nothing can hurt you at that point.
You got to feel like you made a lot of progress.
Right.
A lot of practice.
Team vibes at an all-time high.
Oh, it's a contact playing to beat.
Okay.
I like this idea.
Well, that's going to help Result getting that kill, but now Zantares knows what's coming. Molotov is out. However, he's the only defender here, so he better be a stud.
Oh!
Okay.
Oh, yeah. That's what you like from Zantares. The kill onto 2. Little transfer buys enough time for Calyx to come back, and Zantares is still standing. I don't think we can say the same thing about 9 Pandas in just a moment. It's Result and I Disbalance left alone. Missed shot from the sniper. He'll miss a second, and Calyx will sink him off the back of the platform. Results in mid, and that hit has been single-handedly destroyed by Zantares and Calyx.
That transfer so nasty. So nasty from Zantares. I'm stunned he got that. And Result can't do anything. Like, even going for this round, it seems crazy. 20 HP. It's going to be 8-2 for Eternal Fire. Looking to put another fantastic first half on the board.
I have no worries for Eternal Fire.
Not concerned?
Not even slightly. This is the performance I want to see out of a squad that have had quite a negative conversation around them recently. The fact that they are able to come into a long day like today. 9 Pandas are a team that is a big banana peel, right? You can easily slip on a squad like this, but Eternal Fire have come into this game with a good attitude, and they are looking sharp. Well, Xantares especially.
Jesus.
It's so satisfying to watch this, man.
What are you supposed to do about that?
Yeah.
That's his clutch face, in case anyone was wondering.
I love it.
In case anyone
Can we
wanted to
make
see
that in super slow motion?
the Xantares clutch face.
Can we make Xantares' camera like 500 FPS so we can slow it right down? You ever used to stick your tongue out when you're focusing, Jason?
I actually don't know. I don't know what I look like when I'm playing the game of Counter-Strike.
Some Pius is a big tongue user.
I have in the past.
I used to do it when I was like doing sports, like running. Like I would focus on running with my tongue out. Had to train that one because if I fell and just bit my tongue, that would have been really painful. Had to stop doing that.
Sure. That makes sense.
You don't want to ruin your tongue. That's for sure.
What an interesting little life you've had.
Oh. Boosted up his walk sick, gets away with one, and Dillida is able to reply.
Yeah, shame he couldn't get into safety. They're going to try and force their way through. Wakadia loves that. Loves that so much. Tracer's coming through. He's holding his nerve, fires back, gets into safety. He's giving his team a 2-man advantage. No reason to give it up with something silly. Got control of the bomb as well. What are Idis Balance and Shelfie supposed to do? They've got no util.
Probably just run away. Call it a day. Call it 9-2. Call it whatever you want.
I mean, this might just be a situation where 9 Pandas, maybe this wasn't a great map for them to begin with. You add a new player into it, and they just don't have enough things practiced and prepared and conversed about to be effective. Nice kill in middle, but that just brings Idis Balance closer to death. And without the bomb, there's no real chance with 25 seconds on the clock, so 9 Pandas is going to back off. These weapons will be brought forward into the next round. Smoke can be replenished on Idis Balance and Shelfie. And everyone else will buy up what they can for the last round of the half.
9 rounds on the CT side of Anubis is a perfect recipe for a comfortable victory.
Well, maybe not perfect, Dinko. I think 10 would be quite nice.
Yes, I mean, that is very likely to happen.
Okay.
But they've already got 9.
True.
And I'm working with what we have in the hand.
They're in a happy place.
Have you ever heard of the phrase, a bird in the hand is worth
2 in the bush?
2 in the bush? Yeah.
I have.
It's quite a weird phrase, isn't it?
Not if you're a duck hunter.
Yeah, I suppose that is a bird. Like, when I'm thinking of birds, I'm just thinking of, like, little starlings or blue tits.
No, it's a hunting. It comes from hunting.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It means take the opportunity in front of you instead of waiting for...
Do you like duck?
As a meal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love duck. I think it's really good. So many ways you can have
I've gone duck hunting and eaten fresh duck.
That's pretty cool. How did it taste fresh?
It was great. A little less meat than you're probably used to, but you got to work for it a little bit more.
You hunt ducks? I feed the ducks.
But it's delicious.
I've had ducks before.
Yeah.
Throw little pieces of bread at them.
Sure.
Don't think that's necessarily good for them. I think we're both harming ducks.
In
Mine a little
different
bit
ways.
more slow and
Merciless.
diabetic. And yours is a little bit more
Merciful.
merciful, I guess, and quick. And barbaric, Jason. Horrible man. 9-2, searching for the 10th here for Eternal Fire. Set up outside this B bomb site. They're going to try and split it through 2 fronts. Xantares has already damaged Dillida to the point where you might as well just run in and see what you can get. Xantares finishes off his prey. Merciful is Xantares, and he'll follow up with a second kill. Calyx alongside of him, and it is one hell of a half from Eternal Fire. They are 10-2 up now going into the second half.
I think 9 Pandas just kind of, they didn't really have any ideas left towards the end of that. Some of those last rounds were just like really simple, forcing your way through smokes, making it real easy on Eternal Fire. So whether it's like running out of ideas, not having enough ideas in the first place because you just haven't had the time quite yet to go over every single map, or the other one is some kind of like bad vibe, something in the mental game broke down and they were just kind of autopiloting into these sorts of rounds. Either way, it's not a pretty half from 9 Pandas. Not an elimination series, though.
Yeah, that's a really good point. 9 Pandas got their win versus FURIA.
This would be the FURIA rematch as well, correct?
Ooh.
I think.
That seems probable.
We'll fact check that. We'll fact check that real quick. You do it.
Yeah,
Don't worry, I'll take the pistol. I got you.
Go for it. Give us your best pistol.
Well, it's a slow play at the moment. Pop, flash, peek. Dualies are out there. Idis Balance gets the 1. Just the solo kill onto Akadia. And the pest round slows down. Result goes for a peek outside of A. Xantares has not been hit yet, so he's going to keep taking that fight, and he's going to back off now as the solo player for Eternal Fire. Back to mid we go.
You're right, Jason. FURIA rematch.
Oh, yeah.
And then the winner will move into the final game of the group, which is now a best of 1. Good shot from Major.
What a weird pistol.
Yeah, it's slow. I noticed you give up, actually, casting that.
Yeah, like there was not. There's only so much.
You weren't given, like, the big, high-octane pistol, were
right.
you?
Give me that balls-to-the-wall bull rush, and I can handle business.
Yeah.
This creepy crawly stuff, you know.
You don't deal with that. You only deal with the cool rounds.
Glowing is going to sit way, way back. At least both defenders are here at this B bomb site. Best chance that 9 Pandas have in a 2v4. They needed some banging shots with these USPs. Unfortunately, on the other side of the map, Xantares is clearing out A. And he's like, guys, nobody's home. Just leave. Just come. We're good.
Yeah. Well, they're going to just relocate onto the other side.
I think, and that's noise that can be heard by Dilladez. So they're going to start shifting now as well. Ooh, they could. There's a weird timing on this rotation. They would have to get very lucky and fortunate to stop the bomb from crossing.
And not their day. Not their lottery.
No.
So they're going to run away. There's enough time to plant the bomb comfortably. It will go down.
All right, second round, all important now.
Yeah, it's true. It's kind of everything, to be honest. Our wonderful producer just said in my ear, Jason, that I asked for you to play-by-play. He was defending you.
You did.
And then he said, don't look a gifted horse in the mouth.
Oh, Harry would love that. Harry loves those horse idioms.
Yeah. I guess you're the gifted horse.
I guess I am. Something was lost in the translation, but I appreciate it.
At least you're a gifted horse.
At least I'm a gifted horse. It's better than an ungifted horse.
Well, Glowing now stuck alone in this world, and he is being pushed from the beaches, pushed from the B-bomb site, and eventually that glow will go out because he's completely destroyed by Xantares.
Sideswiped.
Terminated.
Oh, nice shot from Major. I just looked it up. Xantares uses 1024, 768 resolution.
Yeah.
I'm into that.
You could try all of his settings, Jason. It won't work.
No, I was just curious. I've been going through for the past like 6 months. I've gone through like a existential resolution crisis, where I just can't. I can't get
just
comfortable
use
on
the
any resolution.
native res.
No, I hate native res. That's the one res I just won't try again. I've given it enough chances in my life.
And Xantares and Major getting 2 openings.
But I will try 1024.
Yeah, you try that. You give it a go. I used to play 800 by 600 because my PC was so bad that I had to use the lowest resolution available.
That was the go-to res in 1.6. You're just
well, that's
a little bit
because
too late.
The screens weren't quite beyond that point yet.
Yeah, exactly.
I played on a CRT monitor for the first time.
How was that?
Back at the Blast Paris Major.
That's right. They had them set up. Yeah, those were the crappy CRTs though.
I'd never played on one before. It sucked. But I did knife get right in 1.3. I think the game was there.
True.
I knife get right in that, and that's a pretty. Not many people can say that.
That is true. It's a feel-good moment for you.
Yeah, I hunted him down.
Hold on to that one.
And I knifed him, and then he was mad at me.
On Ice World?
Dust 2, I think.
Okay.
And he was pretty mad, and then he owned me. So.
Yeah, you woke the bear.
I did. He went competitive mode, just like Eternal Fire today. It is now 12-2, 1 round away from closing this one out, and it is about to be a commitment in towards Shelfie. And it's waiting around the corners at the double doors. Xantares stepping around. He is going to obviously win that fight against Shelfie. Calyx is about to get lucky. He looks down into the canals and he sees his next victims. Just Resalt and Nidus Balance left.
They got to feel a little bit frustrated on that because,
yeah!
There you go.
That's what we like.
A little bit of something right at the end.
A little bit of Resalt.
Make yourself feel like a big, strong man.
That's what I was like. Get right. Here goes.
Oh, he's going to win it.
He's going to go for it. He's going to throw everything he's got into this. And yeah, starting to feel like a strong man, I'm sure now, because he has lifted his team back into this round, under a minute left, and Wakadia has to try and stop this from happening.
And if he doesn't clear this B flank, ooh, he's going to check it. He's going to check. Oh, that's quick. That's a beautiful shot. Okay.
He's back in this, but Resalt has it all to do. If he pulls this off, it'll be one hell of a beautiful sequence with a knife kill to kick it all off. He's not all the way around it from A as well, but that bomb is down and planted for Wakadia's post-plant setup, where he's decided to take up position towards CT. And if you're Resalt, you've got to clear so many positions. He has a smoke, he has a flash, and he's now got to realize it's planted for CT spawn. So he's going to tuck himself away. It's perfect. He's going to win it. He's just, oh, surely not. Last bullet comes in from Aquia. Not quite going to win it. And that's Eternal Fire coming in with a convincing victory over the 9 Pandas. It's late in the day, and let me tell you,
Is it
Jason,
midnight?
It's not quite midnight yet.
Dang.
5 minutes to midnight in Belgrade, but it's 9 Pandas that fall to the hands of Eternal Fire. They're not out of the competition, but Eternal Fire head to that final map. Or yeah, it is literally a map of the groups. It's now best of 1, and they'll see where they can get the higher seed going into the group stage.
Yeah, and I mean, outside of that, 7-round stretch on Nuke, this was so comprehensively dominant from Eternal Fire, and it doesn't quite work like that. It was a nice stretch from 9 Pandas kind of stepping up and making that comeback happen, but Eternal Fire outside of it were just beasts. What's up, Paula?
The server 2-0 over 9 Pandas, and in a very strong fashion. 13-11 in map 1. It was a bit closer, but I still think they look good. But then going into Anubis 13-2, just absolute domination. Heku.
It was an absolute domination. It was absolutely one side, yes, 2 rounds, but that, you know, when it's so many rounds on one side, and it's so one side, it doesn't really matter. Today we found out, like, yes, it's going to be Eternal Fire that are going to the finals of the group. So basically they kind of managed to guarantee themselves a spot in the playoffs. Now the question for 9 Pandas is, will still be able to survive, because that means that tomorrow they're playing a best of 3 and then a best of 1. It's like becoming more complicated.
Hello,
You're having a great time.
I mean, just feeling the energy of Woxic right now. Did you finish your point? All good?
Obviously, yes, I did.
Welcome to the stage. Woxic, everybody give it up for Woxic. Congratulations on that matchup. 2-0, let's go back to Nuke, Storming Star on the CT side. Then it got a bit turbulent, end up 13-11. What are your thoughts on Nuke and how it went?
I think we started really well, as you said, but in the end, when in T side, we couldn't find the kind of solutions of what they were making. But in the end, we showed like we can still close the game and we are capable of it. So we just did it, and I'm happy about that. We didn't lose and we didn't go to the third map now.
In one of the recent interviews, I believe it was you who said like the team actually worked more like on mistakes, on the grenades, on the strats. Was it like someone specifically working it, or the whole team was working it?
It's whole team and also personal, but mostly it's a whole team, because like when you are just doing the keep doing the same things and over, or just switching just little things, it's like you're just becoming readable. So that's why like we just changed the kind of whole thing and we had a like new playbook.
Going back to Anubis, 13-2. How did you start strong and stay strong for that entire map, Woxic?
I think after we win the Nuke, we had like confidence. Like as we had like today, we also had like 2 different official as well. So we are kind of a bit tired, but we managed to stay focused and mentally high, and we just managed to win. I'm happy about that as well.
How exactly did you manage to keep the energy? Because so many best of 3, so much pressure. How? Is it the coffee? Is it something else?
First time in my life, I drank 3 Red Bull and like 2 like Powerade and stuff, this kind of things, and also like snacks. So I can play one more best of 3 now.
Please don't, please don't. You still have like a more series tomorrow, so for the day, I think you should be done.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, not time to rest now. I'm glad it's 3-3. All the games are win. I'm happy.
Absolutely. Woxic, I think that's all we need to hear from you. Congratulations once again. Is there anything that you'd like to say to the fans watching at home before we let you go?
Thank you guys for supporting. It's always like we are feeling it from our hearts and also from social media, which one you are giving us. And I can say on Turkish as well. Çok teşekkür ederiz. Bugün zorlu bir gündü. Ama elimizden gelenin en iyisini yaptık ve size 3'te 3 galibiyet armağan ettik. Umarım bu şekilde performansımızı devam ettirebiliriz ve güzel sonuçlarla buradan ayrılacağız. Teşekkürler. Thank you.
Appreciate it, brother. Feel free. I'm not sure if we're allowed to keep Woxic on the stage or let him go.
No, I think he had a long day. He literally had a long...
Okay, no, I've heard my producer. Now, you can go. You're free. Free from CS prison. You've been playing all
for
day.
now.
Go relax.
For now. He still has more games to tomorrow. More best of threes and at least one best of one on the stage because they already managed to guarantee themselves a spot in the playoffs, but they're going to be playing for the seeding. Did they run away?
Unsuccessful, but it's fine. Just to remind everybody at home, that was not an elimination game. 9 Pandas are still in the tournament. So I did ask Shalfie, would you guys like to have a chat before you shoot off? But no, they want to go, I guess, start their rest and recuperation as well, which is more than fair enough.
Midnight. It's getting close to midnight. It was intense, best of 3. Also, you know, like when you just lost the map with the score that we saw, probably you were just like, no, not today, not today.
Heku, I think that's it from us on the stage. Anything else you'd like to say before we head off ourselves?
No, the only thing I do want to know right now what exactly happened on the map because I do need to know how exactly did Eternal Fire manage to dominate 9 Pandas.
They shot him in the heads harder.
Yeah, they shot him real hard in the head. You know what, Jason? It's midnight in Belgrade.
We made it.
And it seems like it's a perfect time for Woxic to head out on the town because to celebrate that big victory with all those Red Bulls and Power Raids.
Multiple big victories.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple big wins
because, you know, he's had a lot of caffeine and he could play a whole other best of 3.
Real Talk, I was interested in hearing him chat about how they've changed a lot about their playbook and changed a lot of the things they do. So probably felt like, you know, towards the end and some of these recent results that haven't gone their way that they've been, as he said in his words, readable. Like probably some people were catching on to some things. So they had a big team discussion, obviously, and a lot of people kind of adapted and added a few new tricks into the book and added a few new things here and there. And okay, let's see what it can lead to.
Yeah, excited to see that for sure. The future of this Eternal Fire squad, they're going to be in the group stages. They're going to be in the main event, just to be determined where. A lot of great dance moves on display here for 9 Pandas, but I'm sure they won't be feeling that same energy after that kind of defeat. But we have had a long day of Counter-Strike here. Thank you to everybody involved, from production to the wonderful company at Fisher, who you guys could go and follow over on social media.
Beautiful transition.
Yeah, you guys can do it. Thank you for ruining it. Exclamation point Fist in the chat. You can get all the links to the social media platform. Make sure you stay up to date. You get the schedule, all of the upcoming games, and if there's any changes to the format or games that get added on, you will be the first to know about it. But thank you very much for watching. We will be back tomorrow with more BetBoom Dacha Belgrade 2024.